A symphony of disappointment. My tragic stay at JAZ Tour Khalef. Sousse, oh my darlings, gather close, let me tell you a tale so wretched, so unforgivably tragic, that you will clutch your pearls and weep for the state of humanity. This is not just a bad hotel review. No, this is a moral failing of epic proportions, a crime against hospitality, a slap in the face to every traveler who ever dared to dream of a decent vacation. Let us begin with the grand arrival. Picture it, me, a delicate flower of refined tastes, stepping into the lobby of JAZ Tour Khalef Sousse, expecting foolishly a 5-star experience. What greeted me? A lobby so filthy, the couches had achieved a patina of grime so thick, they shone under the dim, flickering lights. Not the glamorous kind of shine, my loves, the kind that whispers, I have not been cleaned since the dawn of time. And Theno, the room, my sanctuary, my temporary home, a place where I should have been able to rest my weary head. Instead, I was greeted by a cockroach, not just any cockroach, mind you, but a behemoth of the insect world, a creature so large it could have its own passport. And ants, tiny uninvited guests marching across the bed like they owned the place. The sheets, stained, the vents, caked in dust so thick I could have planted flowers in it. The balcony, a lie. Open the door and you step onto grass because why have a proper balcony when you can have nature creeping into your room? But wait, it gets worse. The bathroom smelled like a sewer had thrown up inside it. And drain fleeso, the drain flies. Tiny, winged demons rising from the abyss as if to say, welcome to hell, darling. I called reception 4 times, and what did they do? They wiped the bathroom. Like that would magically unclog the centuries of neglect festering in the pipes. Now let's talk about the food because of course we must. A buffet, they said, diverse, they said, lies, all lies. The food was repetitive, bland, and dare I say suspicious. One guest ran to the bathroom after eating. Coincidence? I think not. And the kitchen, if there are roaches in the hallways, where do you think they party at night? The staff, oh they were nice, but nice doesn't fix broken air conditioning. Nice doesn't bring back the phone that was stolen from my roommate's surprise. No cameras in the hallways, how convenient for thieves, and when I complained, the man at the lobby shrugged, like my suffering was beneath him. The beach, a wasteland of algae and plastic, the pools. Salty, dirty, and oh yes, irritating to the skin. The sunbeds, reserved by ghosts at dawn because by the time normal humans woke up they were gone. And the final insult, the price, £280 per night, for this, for filth, for neglect, for broken promises. So here I am, my loves, heartbroken, betrayed, scammed. And I ask you, is this what a 5-star hotel should be? Or is this a crime scene wrapped in a tourist trap? Tell me in the comment, shave you suffered here too? Or will you save yourself and never, ever step foot in this den of disappointment?
The landscape of businesses surrounding the JAZ Tour Khalef in Sousse, it's a disheartening picture, honestly. It feels like a forgotten corner, where hope goes to slowly, quietly, decay. Expect a pervasive sense of neglect, a feeling that you're wading through remnants of better days. It's not vibrant, it's not inviting. It's tired. And, unfortunately, that tiredness translates into experiences that often leave visitors feeling shortchanged, frustrated, and maybe even a little exploited. Let's delve into what specifically contributes to this rather bleak outlook. Let's start with spaces meant for leisure, those attempting to offer retail therapy. These establishments, generally speaking, feel like echoes, empty shells draped in a layer of dust and disappointment. They're attempting to be shopping centers, yet what you'll find is a stark contrast to the bustling markets and modern malls elsewhere in Tunisia. The stores feel abandoned, lacking any real draw. It's as if the owners themselves have given up, leaving behind a collection of goods no one seems interested in acquiring. Take, for instance, Slim Center. From what people have said, and let me tell you, the stories are consistent, it's a place time forgot. One person described it as deserving closure, a sentiment echoed by many. Shops are empty, the architecture feels aged, and the offerings, well, there aren't many. It's like walking through a ghost town pretending to be a mall, a place to avoid unless you enjoy melancholic contemplation. And then there's the worry about even finding anything open, reports of half the shops being closed, even during peak season. Coupled with a malfunctioning ATM that mysteriously deducts funds, it's a recipe for frustration, a feeling of being deliberately misled. It feels like a trap, doesn't it? A place designed to take your money and offer nothing in return. Moving on to accommodation, the situation unfortunately doesn't improve. The experiences surrounding hotels in this area are concerning. It's as if the very structure of these places is actively working ** against * your relaxation. Thalassa Sousse, for example, paints a truly grim picture. Mold creeping along the walls, rooms smelling of damp, paint inexplicably finding its way onto the bedding. It's less a 4-star hotel and more a 4-star health hazard. The accounts of constant water cuts and, most alarmingly, sudden flooding in the middle of the night are genuinely disturbing. It's an environment where you're bracing for the next disaster rather than enjoying your vacation. And the staff. While one manager reportedly tried to salvage the situation, the general consensus is a lack of training, a general apathy towards guest well-being. It's deeply unsettling. You're paying for a service, and instead, you're met with indifference, even outright neglect. The whole experience feels calculated, a deliberate attempt to provide the bare minimum while maximizing profit. It's profoundly upsetting to imagine a holiday being ruined not by circumstance, but by pure, unadulterated greed. Now, let's consider the dining scene. It is, to put it mildly, treacherous. These restaurants and cafes, as a whole, seem to operate under the principle of why provide quality when you can get away with anything. Mio Mundo, for example, repeatedly surfaced in reports as a place where basic food safety is disregarded. Undercooked chicken, indifferent ownership, and most chillingly, reports of subsequent food poisoning. It's a blatant disregard for customer well-being. The story of the waiter insisting on recooking the raw chicken to avoid a refund feels particularly predatory. It's a clear indication that profit is valued above all else, even if it means putting someone's health at risk. The theme continues with the First Coffee and Resto, where you're met with rude staff, incorrect orders, and a generally low standard of quality.
The very audacity of a security guard demanding a bribe to allow entry, or a refusal of service based on what you're wearing, it's deeply unsettling. It's as if they view tourists as walking wallets, ripe for exploitation. The breakfast, described as overpriced and low quality, only adds insult to injury. This is a place where they seem to actively resent your patronage. And finally, the nightlife, the establishments here. They are a world apart from the glamorous depictions you might find online. Bora Bora, Tunisia, sadly, stands out as a place to avoid. Reports of aggressive security staff, extortion attempts, and a general sense of unease are prevalent. The accounts of security demanding bribes, aggressively harassing patrons, and displaying blatant discrimination. It's deeply disturbing. The place feels unsafe.
Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm looking into crimes near JAZ Tour Khalef, Sousse, and it's just so sad, like, businesses around there are like, super sketchy, you know. So there was this one perfume stall scam, and I'm like, how could they do this? They lure tourists in with a promise of a panoramic view of the city, and then they take them to their perfume oil stall. And then they're like, oh, you have to sit and listen to my sales pitch, and they're all aggressive and stuff. The tourists are like, okay, fine, I'll just buy something to get out of here, and it's like they're forced to pay just to escape, you know. I'm like, what if they didn't have any money, or what if they were traveling alone? It's just so scary. And then there are these aggressive sales tactics, like vendors are trying to sell low-quality goods at super high prices. They're all pushy and aggressive, and it's like you can't even walk away without them following you, you know. I'm like, what if someone gets really upset or frustrated and they're like stuck in this situation? It's just so wrong. And oh my goodness, there was this one market where they would promise something and then not deliver. They'd be like, oh yeah, you can get this amazing deal, and then they'd just take your money and run, you know. I'm like, how could they do this to people who are just trying to have a good time on their vacation? It's just so mean. And you know, sometimes they'll quote wrong prices and then refuse to give you the correct change. It's like they're trying to rip you off and they don't even care, you know. I'm like, what if someone doesn't speak the language or doesn't know what's going on? They just get taken advantage of, and it's just so sad. And then there are these